FRM, CFA, MBA. Should you choose one of these, two of these, or all three? And again, what would be the right roadmap for you? In this video, we're going to cover FRM, CFA, and MBA, and versus. I hope that you find value in this video. Then give us a like, and if this is the first time visiting the channel, then please do subscribe. Wait till the end because I'm going to tell you guys how to actually navigate the confusion of so many courses by figuring out what might be the right option for you without falling into the herd mentality of the market. So first things first, what are the three courses about? FRM is, as it sounds, it's about financial risk. There is superb growth in the market for having risk professionals and much more already internationally. Second is CFA. CFA, it's like the bigger brother of FRM, right? It's a superset of what FRM is. FRM specializes in financial risk. CFA is all about finance, right? So you cover the risk aspect, but FRM covers it in more depth, but in CFA you cover much more. CFA is the #1 program in the world when it comes to the field of finance and investment management. Very popular, globally is recognized. In India, I think I keep saying it's the most popular course in India after CA when it comes to our domain. And CFA again needs very little introduction, so we all know what CFA is about. Finally, MBA. MBA is generally misunderstood by many people. While it does cover everything to do with business, when you specialize in MBA, in this example, I'm assuming you're comparing it with MBA in finance. So the core will be finance, but it teaches you the other sides of business, operations, marketing, HR, strategy, which is very good for a lot of people. But the catch in MBA is that it's only, everything I want to say now from here is only if you visit or if you study from the top 20 MBA institutes, either in India or overseas. Anywhere you talk about the 21st or below, don't consider it as part of this video, because I personally feel that if you don't do it from the top 20, then don't do it. It's not really going to add any value. All right, let's just now jump into the technical details. So first of all, eligibility. FRM, you can start after 12th. CFA, you generally have to be in your second last year of graduation. So for India, if you're a BCom student, generally, it will be in your second year. If you're an engineering student, you are eligible for CFA from your third year. MBA is, as obviously we know, it's post-graduation. So some MBA institutions require experience and some just require graduation. When it comes to the academic structure, FRM has two parts and you can cover it in approximately a year. CFA has 3 levels and it takes between 2 to 3 years on average. MBA generally is a 1 or 2 year MBA depending on where you're studying from. When it comes to the future options for you, right? FRM, like I said, it's a specialization. It's super. Mostly I've seen people combine it with something else like a CA or a CFA. But honestly, FRM placement team was telling me that we are getting more and more opportunities from companies in India, big MNCs, which we would like to work in, asking us for only FRM candidates as well. So it's definitely increasing in the market. CFA, there's no question about it. We all know of it. Every company almost in the field of finance knows about CFA. So scope-wise, CFA is very well recognized. Obviously, the big companies are there. A lot of Indian companies, from your Motilal Oswal to Anand Rathi kind of companies are also aware. Even a lot of smaller. So one of my, I have a cousin who has an investment bank he's running. He's asked me for CFA candidates to hire, and he has a very small team. But that's what CFAs are actually good for. And finally, MBA. As long as you're doing, like I said, MBA from the top, you should have good prospects with respect to working with big brands or even maybe getting into some own startup of yours, because MBA generally gives you enough of a network and enough of an understanding of how to launch a company, maybe in the field of finance. So MBA has its own little journey. When it comes to the fee structure, FRM you can do in approximately 2.5 lakhs max. CFA goes in 3 to 4 lakhs. MBA, if you depending again from where you do it, if it's India in the top 20, it might be around 20 lakhs. If you go overseas, it can range from 50 lakhs to 1 CR to maybe even more. Now, what should you do? So I'll tell you, one of our colleagues, he is right now the vice president of products at the National Stock Exchange. He is an FRM plus CFA. FRM plus CFA is the most common combination within these that I've seen, because when people take up CFA first generally and then they want to specialize, FRM is the most logical option. I've also seen people who first do FRM and then they say, okay, I need something bigger because they want more degrees on their CV. Then they'll end up doing CFA. So FRM plus CFA is a great combo. I've also seen a lot of people do CFA plus MBA. I made a whole video on CFA plus MBA. I have said this in that video that one of my friends had gone to IIM Trichy. He was saying that when companies come for placement, everybody there now is an IIM. But if some of them have actually done CFA, even just level 1, they get a slightly higher preference. So if you do CFA plus MBA, I even had another friend who was with me in PwC. He finished CFA and then he studied at Rice University in US because he wanted to become an investment banker. And he knew that doing CFA is going to give him that advantage. So CFA plus MBA is also becoming a very common combination. Now, should you do FRM plus CFA plus MBA? I am not a very big believer in that unless, let's say you do FRM plus CFA, you're working and you realize to make a jump in your career, you need to do an MBA. That makes full sense. Or vice versa. You've done MBA and you realize that if I do FRM or CFA, I'll be able to specialize further, I'll be able to beat out competition for yourself. Then it makes sense to combine all the three. But otherwise, only an MBA, only a CFA, only an FRM works. A combination of any two, FRM plus CFA or CFA plus MBA, superb. A combination of all three only if circumstances ask of you, then only go ahead with such an option. I think that this covers majority of the options. Again, as always, if I've missed anything, please leave it in the comments and we'll be sure to get back.